I will see who shows up. I was watching these I think there's like Bankara boat racing here. Well, they're practicing actually. Kind of caught them at the end of their first practice session. So hopefully they pick back up here soon. As you can see, they got all the boats here and Bangka boats, and then they put motors in them and they have like racing competitions. Well, actually, the competition is tomorrow, uh, but they're practicing, and then they're going to be putting more boats in the water here soon. So I'm going to hang out here and just bring the boats in right here. It's pretty cool. Uh, Good afternoon, Ray Ray, Sunshine Ray Ray, Ray in the Philippines. Yeah, I'm just kind of got here right when they were ending a session, practice session. So I'm gonna do my live stream right here, and at least you guys will be a little more entertained, or whoever shows up, and can watch these single man boat races. Well, they're not racing; they're just running practice. And then tomorrow morning, sometime like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., they're supposed to have the boat races. So it'll be kind of cool. I like watching stuff like that. Now these are motors. Like I've seen them with the longer ones where they did like paddle. But yeah, there's a bunch of locals here putting the motors in, swapping them out, different boats. So yeah, it'll be fun. So once they start putting their boats back in the water, which one guy said he felt maybe 30 more minutes. So yeah, that'll be more entertaining than talking to me. But happy what do we got here? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday in the Philippines. Ray says James and Karen are live now. I'm fishing, so viewers may be slow to build. That's all right. Um, that's just the way it goes. Uh, Hopefully the boat racing will entertain some people. I'm just like I said, shouldn't be that much longer until they start putting some more boats in the water. But uh, let me see here. Martin says, "Hey, Michael, just popping in. Hey, appreciate you popping in." Um, Basically, according to Ray, we've got other live streams going on. That's all right. You kind of can't avoid it. It gets to the point where you kind of just got a live stream when you want to live stream, and who's here is here, and who's not is not, and it's all good. Ray says, "Hey, Martin." Our chair says, "What's happening, Michael? Are they having a race?" Actually, our chairs, thank you for being here. They're practicing. The racing, the competition is tomorrow morning, one on one. So I'll at least be able to show you some practice, and they're kind of on like a little bit of a break here. Um, Several different boats, the yellow ones that I saw them put in, and some blue ones also. But yeah, I just got here when they were kind of taking a stop, but you can see them all down there. There's many boats to get into practice. But then tomorrow it will be a one-on-one competition, which I plan on being here for that. I think that'll be not only entertaining for myself, but entertaining for anybody else who likes one-on-one boat races, motors in them. And yeah, some of these guys wear helmets, some of them don't wear helmets, and that's kind of like, hey, to each his own. But I was talking to the one Filipino. His name is Reichel, which rhymes with Michael, Rychel. His name is Reichel. I don't think I'll forget that name. He was saying, I asked them to at any point in these races, especially guys that wear or not wear helmets, do they ever like, there's a couple of guys we almost saw like flip up. He said, oh, yeah, that'll happen. Very dangerous. Uh, but that's what they're doing, our chairs. Races up to 22 subs, won't be long. We'll get you up to 50. Right. I don't know who you must be somebody you're mentioning that to. Uh, oh, Martin, we shall see, I guess. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to be patient with that stuff. I remember, oh my gosh, it took me forever just to get to 50 when I first started. Um, that was, I'm trying to remember. Like when I came to the Philippines, I had a YouTube channel, but I only used it to view, posted little, I guess, in my opinion, it was stupid stuff, not really even related to here, just practicing. like doing stuff, messing around with YouTube, but it was never, I never had planned on having a channel. And that's kind of what happened. And then I did it. I remember it took me forever to get to the first 50. So you're not alone when it comes to that. Well, at least it seemed like forever. Um, and quite honestly, it was like once I was between 50 and I don't know, 50 to 100 subscribers, I think. That's when my videos actually did better. Like it's kind of weird. I had less subscribers and my videos, my initial Philippine videos with Che, first one we did, I mean, it hasn't gotten many views since then, but initially it was between 4 and 5,000. But hey, they're getting ready. Someone's going to be going in here. So I'm going to show you guys this because this is better than talking to me. So they're putting a boat into practice. Like I said, I've only seen a couple of them go so far. I haven't seen that many, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm like an adrenaline junkie, so I kind of like this stuff. Um, they kind of go down to the one end, and then they just fly, I guess, as fast as they can or want. They'll start down at that end. But this is so cool. I like this, and I hope you guys can see it good. I know it's far away. I guess I can kind of zoom. I just don't want to shake around too much. Yeah, Martin, they have engines. It's like it's a Bangka boat, but then they call it like the guy told me how to spell it, so I put it in the title. It's like Bankara, Bankara. But they start way down there, and then he comes across. I'll be going panning over this way, but they go pretty fast. And if they hit like a wave, yeah, sometimes they look like they're gonna bounce up in the air, like almost flip. And they're going pretty fast. He's pretty smooth actually, no wave issues. But they're all running practice runs for tomorrow. Whoops. A lot of construction going on here too. Let me see here. Yeah, Martin, back to your, don't worry about your subs. They'll come. I don't feel drip drop. What the heck? One wave here, wave, cloud. Well, yeah, you can see it way out there. And again, like I said, they have everybody back here. Like I said, stupid rain. Here we come again. This is one cloud. I'm gonna just deal with it. But yeah, you got a lot of competitors here running their practices, and then tomorrow they'll be here. But you'll be all right, Martin. You'll get your subs. Ray says you're such an optimist. Archer says that's what makes towns like Juma a great place to be. Events like this. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll put it on myself. Not that you really care, but yeah, that's what I like. I mean, obviously, this is my first time seeing these with motors in them, and obviously, he's going across again, way out there. And sorry for the shaking, but when you zoom, it really shakes. I don't have my gimbal, obviously. Too much for me to carry right now. Um, but yeah, I love Dumageddon. I really do. Compared to anywhere I've lived before, I always like to say lived. Visiting and living somewhere are two different things. But they're booking. Um, Martin says, just imagine people used to travel long distances in open water and those things. Yeah, it's crazy. That's really crazy when you think about it, Martin. It truly is. Yeah, and now you got motors in them. David says, "Hi, Mike. Hey, David. Thank you for popping in. Like I said, I understand you guys have other live streams going on at the same time, so no worries on my part. I'll share what I share, and whoever comes, comes. It's all good. But hey, it's Philippines Eve for David Jessup, everybody. David Jessup will be on a plane sometime tomorrow, his time, which will be the 19th. Um, yeah, Martin, engine. David says, "Hi, my friend Ray. We will be hunting that red horse soon together." Yes, you guys will. Uh, Martin says they had a bunch of supposedly handmade boats come to Guam from the other islands a few years ago. Navy was busy fishing them out of the water. Det is here. Det says, "Hey, Michael, what's up? Hello, everyone. Welcome, Det. I'm glad you're here. I'm just hanging out and along the boulevard, watching these guys practice in their Bangka boats with motors. There's a competition tomorrow morning, which I plan on being here and live streaming from that. Maybe people will be interested. I know I'm interested. I like this kind of stuff. So yeah, thanks everybody who's here anyway. And yes, that you're exactly right. Bonka boats with motors in them. They're doing practice. They'll be one on one, several heats tomorrow until they go through as many heats as they have to until they're down to final two, I guess. It's only one on one. No more racers than that. Two boats per race. And then, like I said, we have a bunch of other people with their boats. Sorry about the blur that's down here. And they'll all be taking their turns just to practice for tomorrow. Kind of wild. It's raining, but yet sunny. I don't see a rainbow yet, but it's a beautiful day in the Philippines once again. Uh, yeah, I agree, Dat. I've never seen them with the motors in them. This is first for me too. And like I said, I just caught the end of the first round of practice, and the one guy like he uh he literally like hit a wave, and it was like "Phew," and it was like just looked like it was gonna flip over, and then it came back down. I guess goodness for gravity or luck. But yeah, I stumbled upon this while walking, and I figure this is definitely more exciting than talking to me. So I'm glad I can provide some adrenaline like entertainment for you guys. So yeah, hopefully more of you guys stay and just waiting for them to get this out. I guess they looks like they're sponging out some excess water. And then they carry this one out, and I don't know who's next, but somebody will be coming after this guy, these group. Hey, JYNX, I would say that's pronounced Jinx. Hello, Jinx. Welcome here. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. My name's Michael. I'm from the United States, and I'm living abroad here in the Philippines. And I stumbled across some Bonka boat practice with motors in their. They got motors in their Bonka boats, and they're practicing for a competition tomorrow morning, which I will attend so I can bring you some entertainment. I've never seen this before myself, so I'm kind of excited. I like adrenaline rush type things. This is definitely fun and interesting to see in the Philippines. Uh, Jinx, you are correct. That is just outside Silman University. I take it you're from here, Jinx, or you're close by. Welcome to my channel. Hey, Electro Edits, you're here. How you doing, my friend? You got all your schoolwork done? Yeah, I'm here at the Boulevard in Dumaguete. Electro Edits, watching these Bangka boats with motors in them. It's just running practice for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the competition. One boat versus another boat. Tomorrow at they said 8 o'clock, but the Filipino that was super nice. His name is Michael. Like my name, Michael. I thought it was. I won't forget his name. Very nice Filipino. He said it's scheduled to start at 8, but he said, you know how in the Philippines it could be 10 o'clock by the time it starts, which is all right because that's fine. That's just how things go, and nobody makes schedules here and usually stick to them, so it's all good. But thank you for being back, Electro Edits. I thought you forgot about me, and obviously you didn't. But Jinx, JYNX, I guess you live in Dumaguete, or where you at? And hey, anybody new here, if you like my channel, give me a thumbs up to help my grow my channel. And if you're not a subscriber and maybe it's something you're interested in, please subscribe to my channel. But a beautiful day again in the Philippines. I love it here. Love it, love it, love it. And the people are great. They're absolutely great. Very friendly, welcoming, hospitable, always looking to they're always good. They're always looking to meet people. I love it here. Um, unless they check everything out, soaking out the water. I don't know. You might be. I don't know what they're doing. Starting up the motor again. Anyway, think he's going out again. Yep, he's going out again. Like I said, I apologize for any not having quite the zoom when I go out there. How good it looks for you. When I try to zoom out on my phone, it seems like my shaking shows up more. And if I can see it shaking, I don't want it to be shaking for you. That's where a gimbal would definitely, my gimbal would definitely come in handy. Um, but it's really cool. Like these guys are, I don't know, it looks like a lot of fun. And like our chairs mentioned, there's a lot of this. I mean, I'm sure this takes place all over Asia, but I didn't see anything like this in Bacol, only here in Dumaguete. But like I said, I can zoom out, but like I see my hand shaking. I try to let you guys see. And again, my apologies here. Uh, well, now, like you see, I'm bouncing. Yeah, see, he went airborne a little bit there. He's bouncing a little bit. But tomorrow will be really interesting because, like I said, it'll be one-on-one, 1v1 competition. Electro Edit says, I'm fine. And yes, that says, yeah, Filipino time. Yeah, this is awesome. I love stuff like this. It's embracing the culture. This is what but yeah, like they get booking. Jinx says, Cebuano here, been to Dumaguete many times, usually as a pit stop on the way to CP and Mindanao. Thank you for being here, Jinx. I appreciate it. I've been to CQ. Actually, I'm planning a trip to CQ really soon. Um, Looking forward to it. I love CQ. I love it here in the Philippines. But it's kind of cool. I have a new viewer that's local. Um, Chief, hey, Chief, welcome. Welcome, 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 Chief. Just watching some Bangka boats with motors in them practice for before tomorrow's competition, 1v1, one-on-one boat races tomorrow. Some guys wear helmets, some of them live life on the edge and they go helmetless, kind of like people on motorbikes or motorcycles in the US. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I've never seen this before. And welcome, Chief. How things going with you, my friend? Yeah, actually, Jinx, if I'm kind of behind a lamp post that shade me, but actually the breeze feels amazing here, like off the water. I'm sure you know what that's like. So I just feel like I got a fan blowing on me right now. No big deal. I'm shaded by the this lamp post. I got my little bit of shade here, hiding, but part of my job. I want to be able to entertain you guys with something, like bring you to the Philippine life in Dumaguete, let you see what these guys do for fun and racing and competition. I think it's awesome. I really like this. This is how, like I said, I'm learning so much about the Philippines, and I've never seen. I've seen the Bonka boats, but I never saw them with a motor on them. So it's very. This is cool. It excites me. Um, let me see here. Okay. Bill Reed is here. Hello, Bill Reed. What time is it here in Dumaguete, Philippines? It is 1:31 p.m. in the afternoon, which we are November 19th. November 19th, well, from the US, where I'm from in Pennsylvania, it would be, I think we're 12, 13 hours ahead. I think it's 13 hours now from Pennsylvania, East Coast time. So I guess it would be 12:31 a.m. in Pennsylvania and maybe 9:31 or something like that in California. Um, that's what time it is. But Bill, where are you from? And thank you for being here, Bill. Always looking for new subscribers and stuff like that. We all become friends and we like seeing new people show up. Obviously, it helps my channel and just sharing my life and journey here in the Philippines. It's a beautiful day. Weather's been consistently good with a little bit of stray rain once in a while, but I'm thinking that the worst of rain season might be behind us. Hopefully I didn't jinx myself. But welcome, Bill. Chief says, doing good, thanks. Hope you're doing well. Chief, never a dull moment in the Philippines. It's people like yourself who continue to come back, and obviously we're friends, or like you said, you become a family. So I'm blessed, thankful, humbled by the people that have obviously come into my life in the Philippines, but I never thought YouTube would become this, and it's a great community and I love it. And thank you, Chief. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jinx says those outriggers on the Bangka boat is an ancient innovation by the Austronesian peoples, still widely used this day. Thank you for educating me on that, Jinx. That's why I like, people such as yourself come into this live stream and see what I'm seeing. I'm just have it on me until they put the next boat in, because I'm sure someone coming soon, because there's a lot of boats here that have to take their turn and practice. Um, but thank you, James. Like I said, I didn't know that. Now I know something new, and I hopefully I remember and I don't disappoint you if you come back again. Sometimes people like to quiz me again and see what I remember, but uh, the outriggers on the boat is an ancient. That's like the things that extend on the side to keep them from, I guess, tipping over side to side, or I'm assuming that, or gives it that balance. I don't know a lot about boats. I know what kayaking and canoeing and pontoon boats are, and just being on big boats, but I'm not like a professional when it comes to knowing all the ins and outs of boatings. But thank you, Jinx. Bill Reed says Montana, it's 10:32 p.m. Okay, so I was about right. So I guess Montana would be Central, Mountain West, maybe something like that. Trying to picture it where it would fall on the time. But thank you, Bill Reed, for being here. Have you ever been to the Philippines, Bill? Is it something that interests you, or you just randomly scrolling through live streams, or did you do a search on Philippines? But yeah, I just simply love seeing the coconut trees. I mean, this area, Bill, is called, I'm in Dumaguete, but it's called the Boulevard, like a boardwalk. Goes way down, obviously goes way down there and around. There's a lot of vendors set up down there. Gets a little more, busy because Christmas is coming, I assume. And Jinx, I'm sure, could give me more updates on things. I've only been here 13 to 14 months. That island you see over there is Siki Hor. And then when you pan over here, the island you see behind the backdrop of the port here, that's Cebu. Um, if you take a fast boat, get to Siki Hor in 40 minutes. You can take a fast boat to Bohol. I'm pretty sure it's 2 hours to get there. Um, uh, those are the only places I've really traveled, or Bohol, not yet by boat. But Siki Horror, and there's so much for me to see on Siki Horror. I haven't even seen a lot yet. I mean, heck, before I came to the Philippines, I didn't even know there was over 7,000 islands, which is wild. Over 7,000 islands. in the Philippines. So there's lots of places to go see. I probably won't live long enough to visit all of them, but I'll try my best. Uh, Jinx says main reason why Austronesians reach as far as Hawaii and Madagascar. You know your stuff, Jinx. I appreciate you educating me. I like learning things. Um, I learn a lot. Sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming, so I apologize if I don't retain it all. But it's still interesting to know that. And again, you're valued. See, like I said, I like when new people, all of my subscribers, which when you subscribe, we become friends and we kind of like we're meeting up as a community, a group of friends, and it makes it awesome. So I like seeing a couple new people, and hopefully you'll come back. I just want to share my experiences as an American foreigner. I'm living abroad in the Philippines. Never had been here prior to July of 2024. Never in Asia. So from where I came from Pennsylvania, 12-hour difference, 13 hours. I guess you could say I kind of lived up to the saying, flying halfway around the world, because I certainly did. Um, it's a very long flight, but you know what? I've done it twice now because I did go back to the U.S. in March of this year. Once I basically made the decision that I'm going to make this my second home, home away from home, and uh, yeah, there's a lot to see here, and I'm looking forward to it. I wake up every day excited and happy. I'm happier than I've ever been, Bill, if that tells you anything. Weena Jumps is here. Hey, Weena. Thank you for being here, Weena. She says hello to everyone. Thank you for being here. Jinx says you should visit Palawan while it's still not invaded by our big neighbor. Which neighbor would that be, Jinx? Can you tell me which neighbor that would be? But Palawan's always been number one on my list to visit. Like I've seen so many videos, it's just like that's truly an adventurous, beautiful paradise. But another island, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong, that a friend of mine who's been to Palawan already, foreigner, but he's been to this other island, says that he thinks he likes it more than Palawan. It's Camiguin Island. He speaks very highly of Camiguin Island. So yeah. Uh yeah, that's on my list, Jinx. I appreciate your recommendation. Palawan's always been number one. Now I guess Camiguin is I guess Palawan's 1A, Camiguin Island would be 1B. They're neck and neck, but you know much, Jinx, about Camiguin Island? Uh he says, "Oh, you know what I mean." Yeah, I think I do. Just wasn't 100% sure, and like you said, You should, while it's not invaded by our big neighbor. I think, well, I'm hopeful, positive that uh, the United States is going to keep things in order here in the Philippines. So I think all things will be okay. Palawan will be Palawan for a very long time. At least that's what I believe. Um, Jinx says Camagin is just a few hours from Dumaguete. Really? So let me ask you this. Traveling from Dumaguete, what is the best, quickest, easiest way to travel from Dumaguete to get to Camagin Island? I mean, I'm assuming you have to fly at some point, or can you travel all that on boat? You're saying just a few hours. I thought Camagin, at least when I looked at the Google Maps, again, I'm just guessing. I'm not like a pro traveler, navigator of the seas, but it looked like it was somewhat far away. So you're saying just a few hours. Now, is that a few hours by airplane or I know there's a airport in Camagin Island that was basically told to me by my friend. Uh, yeah, let me know what you know. I appreciate again that you're here and anybody else. I'm just waiting. Hopefully they put another boat in soon. I don't know. They're still all here, so nobody's like gathering up their stuff. I just think it's a matter of the motors and then putting them in the boat. I don't know if they like rotate the motors and like everybody kind of uses of do they all have their own motor? Because it's like all these boats don't all have motors in them. So again, that's something else I need to learn. Maybe my friend, Filipino friend that I met here an hour ago, he's gone now, can educate me on the process of racing the boats. But they don't all look like they have motors in them. Like they're almost like they were sharing motors. It's a beautiful day here, but I'm just waiting. Like I said, it might be kind of slow this evening or this afternoon for me, but wherever you're at, um, just gonna have to wait and see. I don't know who's all here. And again, it's only showing 4 people here in my live stream. Could be more, could be less. I'm not sure. I certainly don't want to bore people. Uh, but I'm waiting to see if they drop any boats in Bangka, Bangka boats. Yeah, the weather has been consistently very good. Little rain here and there, but nothing like it had been. Mhm. Jinx says there's ferries from Bacola direct to Camagina. Okay, you can take a ferry to Bacola first. So that would be so I could take a fast boat from Dumaguete to Bohol and then get on another boat from Bohol to Camagina. All right. So if it's 2 hours from here on the fast boat from Dumaguete to Bohol, 2 hours, then how many hours of travel is it by, assuming fast boat from Bohol to Camagin Island? Just curious. But yeah, it doesn't feel bad at all. Nice breeze, and I'm kind of in the shade too. But I love this weather. Even when I'm walking away from the ocean, there's still a little bit of a breeze in the city, and it doesn't bother me. Although I look at Dumaguete as a town compared to Bohol. Bohol's a city and almost too big for me. Yeah, I've actually been to usually 3 to 4 hours from Bohol to Camagin. So in essence, you're looking at 2 hours, Dumaguete to Bohol, another 3 to 4, Bohol to Cam. Let's just say it's 4, so 6 hours. That's not too bad. That's actually not bad at all. And I'd rather travel by boat than bus. I'm not a fan of traveling by bus here, Jinx. I'm not a fan of traveling by bus here at all in the Philippines. I'm kind of too long and too tall. Plus, if you're on a bus, sometimes they don't stop that often, and I like staying hydrated, drinking lots of water, coconut water, juice. Plus, I like my coffee. Well, sometimes you have to go to the bathroom, and they don't make a lot of stops. So that can be a little inconvenient, but I'm sure you know what that's like. But I prefer to, I don't have a motorbike or a car here. I walk everywhere. So traveling by bus has been something I've had to do, not my number one thing. But that was more or less, I lived in Bacolod for 4 months. So that was more or less traveling from Bacolod, well, Dumaguete to Bacolod, lived there for 4 months, came back, or actually traveled from Bacolod to visit my Filipino girlfriend's province, which is Mabato Ayungin, if you're familiar with that, Jinx. And it's just a long trip. I mean, at least from Dumaguete to, the bus goes to Mabinay, and then you can take a bus from Mabinay to her province in Mabato, or we would get off at Mabinay, and then her sister would come and we'd travel by motorbike. But yeah, the bus thing just doesn't do it for me. Short trips, couple hours, I'd be okay, but it's too many stops. And yeah, I like my liquids, and then I gotta pee, and then I'm in trouble. So yeah, the art chair says, "Have you checked out Bud Brown's channel yet? Very nice gentleman. One of Dreamer's original OG." You know what? I'm pretty sure you're the one that keeps telling me that. So I just searched Bud Brown, and it comes up. Is that what you're saying? His channel name is called uh, Bud Brown. Um, Try to remember that. I don't think I have. Jake says the bathroom visits while tracking or traveling maybe man is an adventure on its own. Yeah, and I'm sorry, like my bladder is very good, but again, I drink a ton of water, coconut water, calamansi juice, and whatever else, and then you throw in coffee with caffeine. Well, what does caffeine coffee do? It dehydrates you, but it also accelerates having to pee. Looks like you might have a boat coming, I think, or at least moving this one, maybe, or maybe they're just putting it down. But that's a bigger one, though. I don't know if that's going to be coming soon or not. I'm just waiting. Like when I got here before, I saw two go, and it was like one got out and the next one went in. So again, I still don't know the whole motor situation here, and I see some random motors, but not like motors for each boat. Maybe you've seen this before, Jinx. I don't know. I'm hoping somebody comes soon. I want to entertain you guys because I know I'm boring or can be boring. Uh, Ray says, went for a long walk today. You know what I have to say about that, Ray? Long walks are great. I love walking. Use it or lose it. You'll feel better when you do it. And I know you know that, but the more you exercise, the more energy you actually get. You could sleep great. I could sleep 8 hours, 9 hours one night and just get up and sit all day and still feel tired like I never slept. Well, of course, when you sit, you're gonna feel tired, but I feel more energized when I walk. So that's great to hear, Ray. More of that, more of that. It makes me feel good about anybody who exercises, use it or lose it. Like I said, they're moving another boat over here, right there. I don't know. Maybe they are preparing these bigger boats. I'm not sure. I hope somebody races soon. They're all still here. They're not going anywhere. So that's why I wonder. Maybe they just have to swap the motors in each boat. I don't know. Um, Jinx, good, yeah. Ray or Jinx says or it's a misadventure. Depends when and where nature calls. And let me think here, Jinx. My girlfriend, Filipina Che, we were on our way back from Dumaguete. We were like an hour away from Bacolod, maybe a little over an hour. Well, then it felt like one time we took a bus and it's like two there and it stopped many times. Like, wow, this is great. You know, I can drink whatever, not worry. This is the way it should be. And it was like like at least three times and it stopped. One was like another, like a bus stop kind of place, 20 minutes or so. Another one was like kind of a bus stop. And then there was another place. It was just like a private family owned restaurant kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Stopped there, the bus driver, people were eating, and I went to the bathroom again. I'm like, wow, this is great. Well, I assumed it to be the same on such a long trip going back. That wasn't the case. It stopped, but maybe less than a minute for people to get in or off. And I was within an hour or so of Bacolod, and finally I was like literally gonna explode. I had to pee so bad. And I was telling Che, I was like, I gotta go. And here's the bad thing about these buses on a traveling on a weekend, which lesson learned. Never travel on a Sunday because everybody else is going home too. And they once the seats are filled, they fill up everybody in the aisles. I kind of think that's crazy, kind of unsafe. If a bus was ever in an accident and it toppled over something and people had to get out, that would to me just be a safety nightmare. So anyway, I have to pee and the whole aisle is lined up with people. So I had, when the bus stopped, which is not even a minute, I had to get up and push my way through all these people. And then finally I got to the, wasn't the bus driver, but he was the ticket guy taking payments from everybody. I said, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta pee. Like, where's the CR? Whatever. He just finally understood me. Like, he's like, just go out. It was dark, which was good. It was dark time. I just did it Filipino style, first time, and went up to like over the sidewalk, off the side, up against the fence, and peed outside. That was my first time experiencing ready to explode at my bladder. I just literally never experienced anything like that in my life. And I got out. I mean, I had to pee so bad when I got out there. I couldn't even pee right away because I had held it for so long. But yeah, I did it peed outside Philippine style in public. So I did it. Can say I lived life. Um, la, 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 la. David says, you are not boring. You're a very positive person. Well, I know, but uh, I appreciate that, David. You're honest. I know you're honest and a great person. I just want to provide something like, you know what I mean? And I guess I underestimate, I'm always like that. I underestimate, undervalue myself or whatever. And like I said, I try to mix up my locations just so it's a little different. Again, until I get Starlink, I fix it to my backpack, and then I can actually walk to all these places all over Dumaguete, and you're basically in my footsteps. Um, Obviously, I have the data, and if I try moving around with this eSIM smart card, you know the deal, spinning, all that. So I can't do that. So when I saw this boat stuff going on, I was like, wow, this will be perfect. People might actually want to watch this and be entertained. Again, they're not done. They're just mechanically doing things to the motors I can see. And I'm sure maybe these bigger ones are going to come in at some moment because I noticed that here. I'm just waiting to provide my friends, subscribers, something entertaining other than looking at me. Uh, but thank you for the compliment and very nice comment, David. Our chair said, do they have 24-hour restaurants in Dumaguete? If I had to answer that right off the top of my head, I'd probably say no. But my new friend Jinx here probably would be able to answer that. Jinx, I'm putting you on the spot and needing your help. Are there 24-hour restaurants, basically open 24 hours, never close in Dumaguete restaurants? Now, I've seen people like all along the streets doing barbecue all pretty late. I don't know if that counts as a 24-hour restaurant, but let me know, Jinx. Help me out. You're a new friend now, so I need your help on this one. Stowaway is here. Hey, Stowaway. Thank you for joining my live streams. They're very supportive, and I'm blessed for that and thankful, and God love you. So, Stowaway, good afternoon to you. And she says, good afternoon, everyone. Niels, another great supporter. Thank you for being here. I know you guys have other options, but you're also supporting me as well, and I truly appreciate it. I know you can only do so much, but every little bit, and I see you guys here supporting me and actually enjoying what I have to say, and it will be getting better. Well, I know at least better for me because I'm going to Siki Horror either maybe tomorrow, but probably more than likely next week. We're going to go in the middle of the week instead of the weekends. Weekends, I think, are like this wherever you go, that's when everybody else does it. And not that I don't mind crowds, but I like when there's less crowds when we're trying to do something. It's more, I don't know, almost like it's private, personal. So Che and I are going to be going to Siki Horror soon, doing day trips a lot because there's so much to see: waterfalls, beaches, food, obviously. I like Sikihor, very clean, very nice. Uh, I've only ever been there to explore, not so much get a taste if I could live there. But it is a nice provincey kind of island that I'm sure I could. And I know a lot of people come from Sikihor into Dumaguete when they need certain things. That's a big deal. So you travel by boat. You got to make sacrifices with certain things. Nothing's perfect in life, no matter where you live. It comes down to what matters to you most. I love being by the ocean. You guys know that. This is where I want to be. I have to find the best place for me that's by the ocean and I can walk to it. But thank you for being here, Niels. Always. Jinx says seat choice is key. Yeah, we should have been sitting near the front. You know, there's some buses that have two doors on them, entrances and exits, one towards the front and one more kind of halfway. That was the bus when we went there, but on the way back, there was only one in the front. So that even made it worse. At least if there would have been like a back door, I could have slipped through that and I didn't have to go the whole way to the front. So good, very good point, Jinx. Seat choice is key, especially if there's only one exit on the bus. Yeah. Jim says you can tell the one collecting the fare that you need to go. They usually stop if someone requests. Yes, he did. The problem is just me getting to him because, like I said, the whole center aisle were loaded with people standing for hours, which I could never do that. To me, that was like safety violation, safety danger all over that. But that's the way they do it. I wasn't comfortable with it, and but it is what it is. Chief says, I'm back. Had a call. Thank you, Chief, for always supporting my channel. God bless you and your great heart. So many wonderful people I've met through YouTube. It truly is awesome. Keep peeking to see if there's a boat coming. They're moving a motor back there. There's got to be somebody coming soon. But be patient. Patience is a virtue in the Philippines. I know that. I'm just happy, loving life to be here. Get rid of the, I had to do it. Get rid of the mindset of um, always being in a hurry and being impatient. And for me, the most part, I've gotten rid of that. Stowaway says it's just funny when you do things you haven't done before. I had experience in White Beach, was alone and do things I never thought I could do. Exactly. Um, I do things I never thought I'd ever even get to experience. I am adventurous. Now I've never jumped out of an airplane. Um, I know of a friend that actually did go to Sikihor and they had skydiving over there. He had never done it, and he did it with his Filipino, I think, first time for both of them. Um, I'm an adrenaline junkie somewhat to an extent. I just don't know if I'd have it in me to jump out of an airplane. I think I have visions of the cartoons when you watch a cartoon and the cartoon character puts a parachute on and he pulls the string and nothing but knives and forks come out of the parachute bag. Yeah, that would be my biggest fear. Now I'm gonna fix the you know what, my magnetic power back. Once I get to 50, I put it on because it can it live stream, it drains. not too bad, but my phone's an iPhone 15 Pro Max. It's still, good, paid for. Uh, Someday this will be my backup phone. I'm going to get another iPhone, but I did hear rumors, and I'm not trying to go from one subject to another. I don't know if you guys have heard this. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I saw, maybe it was on Facebook or somewhere, iPhone 18 potentially might have, I guess, how it would work, Starlink built into the iPhone 18. um, which wouldn't surprise me that they would somehow, some way get to a technology to be able to have Starlink from your phone without a Starlink, I guess, mini device. I don't know if any of you guys have heard this, but I just saw it the other day and I was like, wow, that would be awesome if the iPhone 18, for sure it would be the Pro Max, would have the capability of Starlink, but from your phone. So you would think they would get to that technology at some point, or they probably already have it. They just wait, making money off of other stuff until they introduce the stuff that they already have. Just curious. Um, Chief says, Ray, is it time for a drink? I already had my one coffee, so I'm good. But it was I had a Spanish latte today. First time I've had on ice in a while. That was number one. I will have to get number two here soon. I only do two a day. That's enough. I don't want it to disrupt my sleep. But yeah, it's funny. Ray, is it time for a drink? He says hi to Stowaway. Chief says hi to Niels. Stowaway says hi, Chief. Um, wow, Jinx actually says there's a handful of 24-hour restaurants around the port area. I didn't know that. Honestly, let me think. And you're saying down this way by the port or near that area, there's 24-hour restaurants. That's very interesting and very good to know because I've walked past there never that late at night. Well, actually, come to think of it, my foreign friend, YouTuber with this Filipina came to the Dumaguete area to visit not that long ago. And for the first time, I actually went to What If bar on a Friday or Saturday night. Now, I don't drink for anybody, Jinx. I don't drink. I drank water. And actually, my friend Corey, he doesn't drink alcohol either. So we basically sat and watched. I was, I think I was, I don't remember. I wasn't with Jay at that time, or I just had met her, but we weren't like in a committed relationship. But I sat with Corey's wife Raquel, and her sisters danced the night away, having fun. Now they drank, but obviously we were there after mid. It was late, and then I walked from what what if the bar club that night, the restaurant also. Walked the whole way back along the water till I got back to the Marina Spatial. That's where I live, Jinx, Marina Spatial. And I walked past it very late at night. And you might be right. There were places I saw open serving food. I'm not sure if it was like Krispy King or maybe I know there's a couple of those down there, so I'm not sure, but you're probably right. I do remember them being lit up and yeah, selling food late. So you're right. Thank you for reminding me of that. Uh, we got a. I love this name. New viewer could be a friend, could be a potential subscriber. Hey, like and subscribe if you're interested in my channel. But Hart says, I remember when I visited my grandfather in the village, and he dropped some serious wisdom on me. He said, "Grandson, one day some people will waste their time reading your comment. Today is that day." Well, I don't think I'm wasting my time reading your comment, but I appreciate you making one and you're here and you left a comment. You're not wasting your time. Actually, that's probably one of the longest comments I've gotten. But Bart, nice to meet you. I don't know where you're from, but my name's Michael. I'm from the United States, but living abroad here in the Philippines. Waiting on some Bangka boats to put their boats in the water so we can watch them race. But everybody kind of circled around under this canopy, so I'm not sure what's going on. Again, there's more practicing with the boats to come, I'm sure, but I don't know. But we're on Philippine time and we'll get there when we get there. And I'm doing a live stream, so I'm all good. And you guys are staying hanging out with me, which I greatly appreciate. But a beautiful day here in the Philippines. Neil says Starlink has been built into Android devices for Samsung for quite some time. All right, so that's already a thing, is what you're saying, or it's just built in, but not the capability hasn't been like basically turned on. I didn't know that, Neil. Or maybe you say the service still okay. The service is still restricted down to text messages. With the next set of satellites going up, it will have the ability to have voice and data. That's awesome. And that's you said Starlink. So maybe there's some truth to that. Sometimes I know there's articles that are in your swiping up timeline on Facebook that could be just a bunch of BS. And I mean, I've heard. I mean, they've had that rumor that uh, Elon Musk was going to have a Tesla phone too, which people have they told me that's only clickbait. That wasn't true, but uh, you got to think that he can make a phone so easily. You would think. I mean, he's doing rocket ships and Starlink and everything else like that. Or again, maybe he's in some sort of business deal with other, so like Samsung, iPhone, that it's not worth his while. But if a Tesla phone ever came around, I'd be probably very tempted or interested in it. Anyway, I remember seeing stuff like people even have pictures. You can basically just make any old AI generated picture of a Starlink or Tesla phone with the Tesla logo on it and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted them to put the boat in. I'm actually excited, so that's why I'm just as excited as you are. I'm just walking over here and hopefully I don't know what they're doing. I see some motors on the ground. Maybe they're just describing the whole situation with motors. I don't know. I don't want to get too close to some people. Uh, yeah, but hopefully they'll do something soon. My apologies for nobody's putting the boats in the water. And no sooner when I end the live stream, people then they'll put the boats in the water. Chief says I'm gonna get a nap. Ray will be trying to get me to drink soon. Have a great day. Have a great day, Chief. Cheers to you. Um, I'll be thinking of you guys when I get a nice sip of my double espresso latte. But maybe I'll see you later, Chief, on Ray's live stream. I pop in and out of everybody's. I do the best I can, as you guys do as well. So sleep well, my friend. Neil says good night, Chief. Yeah, it feels good here. Nice breeze. Not hot at all. Like I said, I'm hiding behind this pole, so that does wonders. Uh-oh. They're putting a boat in. I'm excited now. Yep, there's the motor. Press motor. This is awesome. Now I'm getting excited again. That says, Chief, it's your fault. Lynn get drunk. Yeah, that's what I heard. Lynn was blaming it all on Chief. Chief's the instigator, influencer. That's what at least they say. I don't know if I believe that, but that's the rumor. Ooh, that's a pop. Neil said I just picked up 2 jobs for tomorrow. What jobs are those, Neil? Sorry if you don't hear me. I'm revving up the motor. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that. He almost flipped it. Oh, okay. Solar powered camera systems, but they're removing the systems. I got you. Trying to hold my hand as best as I can while watching. All right, he's coming this way now. Going to conk out a little bit. It looks pretty smooth there. I don't know what's going on. He stopped. Hope the engine didn't die. Hmm, right there. I don't know. That's not a good sign. I don't know if he's trying to start the boat out there. First time I've seen somebody actually come to a complete stop. That's what I'm guessing. Huh? Can't tell. Hey, Louie. Says, what's good, Mike? How was your coffee today? My first coffee was awesome. I've only had one, a Spanish latte. Now I'm here at the boulevard watching oh yeah, he's moving now. Bangka boats with motors in them. They're practicing for tomorrow morning. They have a competition, 1v1, one on one. My first time seeing this actually. How are you doing, Louis? Yeah, but the first coffee is always the best. Second coffee is needed. I think maybe he's done. I don't know. He's coming in. How was your day, Louis? How was your coffee today? I guess I should ask. But thanks for being here, Louis. Always appreciate you and everybody else. Just doing something different, live streaming Bronco boat practice. Well, maybe he's not coming in. Maybe we're gonna make another run. But another beautiful day in the Philippines, my friend Louis. Never a dull moment. I can simply just drink coffee, do my walking, and stumble upon stuff like this, and I love it. Just living the life, living the dream, as Michael White would say, living the dream. Louis says, work today, had a one-on-one with my manager, had a coffee today around 8 p.m. with some chocolate Mexican cookies. That sounds good. I like chocolate. I like cacao better. Uh, I don't really eat milk chocolate very often, but definitely dark chocolate, preferably cacao. Give me 70 to 80% cacao chocolate with a little stevia sweetener, and I'm good to go. There you go, Jinx. Bangka Regatta. Yeah, regatta is like boat race. I like this boat. Kind of reminds me of red, white, and blue. It's cool. But thank you for letting me know, Jinx. Again, I appreciate you being here, my friend. I hope we see you again. Um, uh, la la la. But yeah, Jinx, you've been awesome. You've really been educating me and others, and it's nice to have people that live local be a part of be a friend, be a subscriber. Well, if you're a subscriber of my channel, you add a lot. You add a great element to the live stream. So appreciate that. Stowaway says, "Hey Mike, find me someone I can be with when I go there. I had met someone online, but he said to me first chat was we should 50-50. He said you should 50-50 about what? Stowaway. What 50-50 in regards to what? Hey, Mike, find me someone I can be with when I go there. I had met someone online, but he said to me, first chat was we should 50-50. Like, the only time I've ever heard anybody refer to 50-50 was in regards to money. Is that what it meant? Like, he pays his way, you pay yours? Interesting. Uh, Let me know, Stowaway. Thank you again, Stowaway. You've been a normal regular, and I appreciate it being here. You're not regular. You're very important to my channel. That says you should try riding Bronco, Michael. Hey, you know what? I would probably do it if I wasn't by myself. I'd be the passenger, not the driver. Uh, I don't know if they do that in these small ones or not, do doubles. But if I could just do a little bit of a ride without actually, I'd wear a helmet for sure. Um, they might have to strap me in the damn thing, but maybe it's safer just to fly out of it and swim, the life jacket on or something. But yeah, so they got more motors. But I would be fun, especially if I could actually live stream doing that. Uh, but definitely that. Archer said, what does large Americano Starbucks cost? I've never had Americano here, Archers, but it's definitely a lot cheaper. Um, Starbucks here than in the US anyway. I mean, significantly cheaper. I can get a I usually get a grande. I don't get a venti because grande, if you get the tall, which is the small, it's a single shot of espresso. If you get a grande, it's a double. But if you get a venti, it's a double. It's basically the same thing, just more milk. So you're better off just getting the middle size grande. Normally I would get a mocha latte of some sort, less sugar. Starbucks when I was getting it in Bacolid, trying to remember when I if I it was like USD between 250 and $3, I think. I'm guessing. I'm trying to think of because when I get pesos, it was like 185, 190. So Americano is more like isn't that more like black coffee, like not a lot much in there? I would say it shouldn't be more than espresso. So much, much cheaper. I mean, I remember getting a Starbucks in Pennsylvania in the US and USD for the same thing, a peppermint mocha latte. You're paying $5 to $6. I don't know what it is nowadays, but yeah, much cheaper here at Starbucks. Um, Louis says, I like these Mexican, hold on. I like these Mexican cookies that taste more like cacao, even though it's not advertised as cacao. Well, that's good. That stuff's healthier. I prefer dark chocolate in general, but the more pure cacao, the higher percentage of cacao. There's again, I'm getting healthy on you guys, but there's just more health nutritional benefit from dark cacao. Um, Especially, I mean, yeah, you can get 100% cacao, and that's bitter as all can be. Um, but if I use that, I just add honey, and it kind of brings out the flavor of the chocolate. But normally I get like 80%, um, which is some sweetness to it. But it's the sugar was stevia. Also, I think I found it not here. That was the sugar, the sweetener was coconut sugar, which again, healthy, clean, not processed sugar. Louis says the Archers back in 2017. I will get a grande ice americano and a piece of cake for $5 today. I get a tall ice americano and a grande cup for $5. Louis says, yes, Mike. The tall size. Oh, wait a minute. I'm confused now, Louis. Because when I went into Starbucks in Bacolod, I said, how many shots are in the getting a mocha latte hot? I said, how many shots are in the tall? And they said one. I said, how many shots are in the grande? They said two. I said, how many shots are in the venti? They said just two. So I'm confused because you're saying tall has two, grande has three, which you could be right. Maybe I'm just having a brain freeze and not remembering correctly. Um, Lou says I will get tall ice Americano and a grande cup for the extra water. Okay. Which I think like Americano is more like ice, correct? Or I mean black coffee, not much no milk or nothing like that in there. Stairway says very weighty today, probably because of LPA. Yeah. I mean, but it's like for the most it's a nice breeze, not too bad, a little choppy, but it's still really nice. I'm not complaining. I love it. I mean, I'm happy every day. Louis says, I think the prices are the same for Starbucks in the Philippines. I don't think they are, Louis. I think they're extremely much less. Because like I said, I can get a grande peppermint mocha latte for 190, 195 pesos. I'm almost surprised. I mean, I always think 300 pesos is around $5. So I remember when I was getting lattes and stuff like that in the US, it was over $5. Again, maybe I'm just completely oblivious, but I could have sworn that's how much it was so expensive. And then I just got, when I was in the US, I'm like, I'm just doing my everyday dose brand mushroom coffee, which doesn't taste like mushrooms, functional mushrooms, healthier, gut friendly, everything. I ordered it on Amazon and get it here. And then I just said, enough of this, you know. Plus, I got it less sweetener, but then I started really getting strict with sugar, and the sugar in Starbucks is not healthy at all. But you might be right. I might be just totally like stupid. But when I go to I'm gonna go to Starbucks here soon, and check out do a price check here and the one in Dumagetti and see where we're at. Um, Archer says, "Do you listen to rap, Michael?" I had my moments listening to rap, but it has like the rap I prefer is obviously the kind I like is when they're rapping about it's like a poem. I don't prefer rap about violence or drugs or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, uh, that's yeah, I don't care about that kind of stuff. So I like old school rap, fun DJ Jazzy, like back in the day. Um, it takes two to make a thing go right, like stuff like that. Old school rap, I preferred. I'd say the closest thing to rap that I got to, but I was a big Linkin Park fan when Chester Bennington was in the group. I liked their music, and then they kind of infused rap within their music. So I was a big yeah. See, I'm catching you, Jinx, at the bottom. Beastie Boys, exactly. Um, Now, Brass Monkey, that song maybe, but it just wasn't violent and it wasn't, you know, I don't care if they're talking about drinking a little bit, but when you're getting into drugs, violence and stuff like that, I don't like that. I see no benefit whatsoever. And um, not that those individuals aren't talented. Um, I just prefer more, I don't know, meaningful rap for me that I can relate to, which is how I listen to music all the time. So that's how I relate to music. Like I like music. Obviously, the ability to sing, obviously the talent and the music they produce, um, the words that are sang in a song. Um, yeah, I like old stuff, but I also like new age stuff. I'm a big into. Um, I'm a huge Millennium fan, William Black fan. Um, uh, Chain Smokers fan. Um, they're all kind of similar dance, electronic kind of music. Maybe they could some. It's not really techno. Um, listen, 7 Lions is another performer I like. They're all like DJs, but they create their electronic music. So yeah, that's kind of style I like. Um, Jet says SB always misspelled my name. It's three effing letter. That's funny. Jinx says, I think the Starbucks here in the Philippines is a tad sweeter. You're probably right. I don't really remember because I had stopped going to Starbucks in the US. Uh-oh. Once I started getting on my mushroom coffee kick and just using honey as my sweetener or coconut sugar as my sweetener. So you might be right. I honestly don't remember the last time I had Starbucks in the US to even be able to compare it here in the Philippines. Oh, Jinx, yes, your Beastie Boys. Definitely. Definitely Beastie Boys. Archer said, arrest the president. You got the evidence. Lyrics, lyrics, lyrics. Yeah, definitely got the evidence. I can agree with that. There's a lot. That's all I'll say about that. So yeah, I guess there's It's a motor issue, maybe just too much water getting in there somehow. Again, I'm not a mechanic or a boat motorist professional, so I wouldn't know. And Jinx, your comment there, it tastes more like milk than coffee. Yes, there's a lot of places that tend to give you too much milk. really disappointed. I don't know why there's no sound. There should be plenty of sound. So no sound, no sound. I'm gonna try my AirPods one more time. I'm gonna try these. I don't know if you guys hear me now at all. I completely apologize. Ah, hmm. Still no sound, huh? I have no idea what's wrong. No sound, medic. Damn. So Stowaway, do you hear me? Just let me know if anybody hears me now. Stowaway sounds like he got sound up. All right, Joe says I can hear. All right, this is good. I was thinking maybe it was my AirPods, took them out and off. My apologies. We can read lips, Michael, just so you know. All right, so Stowaway says she can hear me. Joe says he can hear. I'm assuming everybody can hear now. I don't know what happened. Microphone, I didn't touch anything on the screen. Could have been just a freaky glitch. I'm seeing hearts. Um, my apologies. I'm here watching him do some boats. Okay, okay, sound back. That was weird because the microphone little thing, you can tap it. I tapped it on and off just to think that would turn it back on. But my apologies, you guys. I don't know. I think sometimes technology just has a mind of its own, or uh, I thought maybe the batteries. I thought maybe the batteries died in my AirPods, but that wasn't the case because they're both showing 70% each. So, um, let me go back before you guys sound the alarm. Uh, Archer said, Michael, you should go and talk with some of these guys and get some close-up footage of their boats. It would make a good video for your channel. You know what? I think I'm going to try that tomorrow when they actually do the races, and hopefully I'm not interrupting anything. But if they allow me to do that, I'm going to ask. I'll try to get more and up close and just say, hey, would you be okay with me doing that? And maybe I can talk Che into coming. If some people don't know English, she can speak the Messiah to them and give me an opportunity to share this a little more close up and intimate footage. And like you said, make a video of stuff too, aside from a live stream. I did like all your stuff though. No sound, no sound. Archer, no sound, and all the ghosts. And Dad says, no sound, manic, manic. Stowaway says, he got sound of my end. Joe Boyd says, I can hear. And welcome, Joe. Thanks for being here. Archer said, we can read lips, Michael, just so you know. Archer says, okay, sound back. Archer said, sound back, sound back, sound back, sound back, sound back, sound back. Oh, no, now Beth's saying he doesn't hear me. Ah, what in the world is going on? So some of you hear me and some of you don't hear me. That is weird. Very weird that I don't know why. I've checked pretty much everything on here. Never had that happen. Um, I don't know if we're gonna try this again or not. They put his boat in the water. Um, Stairway smiling. Again, Det said weird. Stairway says that's signal problem. Remember, you're in the Philippines. Yeah, no worries, no stress. Stowaway. Just guys, anybody, just keep me updated if the sound. It's kind of weird that some have a sound problem and some of you guys don't. I kind of basically troubleshot everything that I could check. Hopefully, this guy can make a run. Hopefully, the propeller solved the problem, which I think Lynx was probably, or Jinx was probably right. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you Lynx. But you're right, Stowaway. My Philippine girlfriend always says, "Welcome to the Philippines." Whenever something, you know, goofy happens or goes on, they always say, "Welcome to the Philippines, Michael." And I laugh. But some people might not be able to handle it. Like, if they don't have everything perfect the way they're used to it in the United States, they might not be able to handle it here in the they might not be able to handle living here in the Philippines. Some people are too dependent on their I wouldn't call it a perfect life in the US, but they need everything right away, their conveniences and yeah, if you can't let go of that stuff, you probably wouldn't be very happy in the Philippines. I've learned that having less is having more. Come on, I hope you can go, 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 go. And no propeller problems, don't stall. Seemed like that was a little better. But the other guy that went before a couple times, like before, they were seemed like they're going much faster. Stairway says lots of fun in the Philippines. Of course. Of course. Uh yeah, he's going like oops, my bad. He's just not going as fast as the other guys. I don't know if it's just something not right. Like he can't let it rip. Hey Philip, welcome Philip. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the Something Simple live stream, watching some Bangka boats with motors in them. Uh, where the heck did he go? Oh, he's way over there. It's almost hard to see him. Hmm. What's new, Philip? Just another day in the Philippines for me, living the dream, my friend. Here he comes. Maybe, just maybe. They're practicing, Philip. They have races one on one tomorrow morning. So they're all doing practice runs here. And this doesn't seem like he's had opportunities to really let it loose compared to the other guys. I just think me not knowing nothing, there's something mechanical going on. And Jinx kind of alluded to the propeller thing, which is definitely something, but he just doesn't seem like he's able to really get going that fast compared to the other guys. Um, Archer said, I will send a ghost if needed. Thank you, Archer, for the ghost. Like I said, there's so many other people still here that have to put their boats in. I mean, like I said, this is interesting. Tomorrow will be much more exciting because, like you said, you're going to see one-on-one racing, and I plan on being here. So, uh, supposed to start at 8 a.m. tomorrow, one-on-one. But the Filipino that I met named Reichel, like Michael, but Reichel told me just because it's scheduled to start at 8 doesn't mean it, don't be surprised if it starts at 10. 2 hours later, kind of like Stowaway says, remember, Michael, you're in the Philippines. Um, and she's exactly right, which that's fine. I don't care. They'll happen at some point. No rush, no hurry. I don't have to be anywhere. I'll get my walking in, get up a little earlier. Motor testing over there. But With that being said, I've taken up enough of your precious time as it is. Um, I'm glad I could show you something else other than me, my face. And tomorrow, I plan on being back here at 8 a.m., maybe a little later, give or take, because maybe I shouldn't anticipate it starting on time, but that's okay. But I want to bring you the races tomorrow. Um, Let me see here. What's Joe? Joe Boyd says, that's Joe. Wait, where are you now? Joe, she's in the Philippines. She is in the Philippines. And I don't know at what point you came in, Joe, but she was talking about a foreigner that she was getting to know, LBR kind of thing. And I guess things didn't go so well because he was kind of setting the ground rules, kind of like 50-50. It has to be like a 50-50 relationship as far as monetary things. Kind of interesting. I never heard that. Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, she wants to come to Dumaguete soon, which is where I'm at. And she was asking me if I had any foreign friends, which I do. Um, I have them. Some are single, some aren't. But regardless, though, just come to Dumaguete. Let Shay and I know where you're going to be or whatever. You can at least hang out with us. And uh, there's plenty of foreigners here in Dumaguete for you to meet. Um, I wouldn't worry about it. We'll be fine. But anyway, with that being said, I appreciate all you guys being here, guys, girls. Um, every time you're with me in the Philippines, taking in my live stream, I'm very blessed and thankful. And again, I'm humbled. Every day I wake up, blessed to see another day here in the Philippines. I'm happy every day. I love it. I love talking with all of you, sharing my excitement. And again, I appreciate your support. I mean, I can't show it any other way than, believe me, I feel it in my heart, my emotions. So I'm a very emotional person, very expressive also. Um, let me see here. Simon's here says, hey, Michael, the water looks nice and choppy today. We've got a lovely day up here, nice wind, sunny with odd shower. Yeah, we had like a little drip, one dark cloud, Simon, but they've been doing basically these Bangka boats, they have motors in them, and they've been running a practice test today because tomorrow they're actually going to be racing tomorrow one on one. And so they're basically practicing today, and then the races are tomorrow. And I will be here, Simon, 8 o'clock. That doesn't mean they're going to start at 8, but I'll be here at 8 o'clock. Uh, so again, I hope to see you guys here tomorrow morning. Like I said, though, I don't my Filipino new friend I met here today, his name is Reichel, like Michael, Reichel with an R instead of an M. He said to me it starts around 8 o'clock in the morning, but he laughingly, jokingly said, but you're in the Philippines, so 8 o'clock could mean 10 o'clock. So um, either way, I definitely want to go live, and maybe some of you guys are interested in watching these Bangka boat races with the motors in them, one on one. They go through all the heats or whatever until they get down, I guess, to the final two and crown a champion. So that'll be fun. Archer says, thanks for showing us the boats, Michael. Again, I'm sorry that they weren't that entertaining, but this is why they have practices. They got to work out the kinks and the motors and the the propeller blades and everything. Everything is to a science here, so it's kind of cool. I'm learning a lot. But what else we got? Liam, hello, Liam. Thank you for being here. Liam says, Michael, you're being emotional makes you a real human being without superficials. I appreciate it. Like I've always told people, uh, I am who I am. You get who I am, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just being me. And the best compliments I've ever gotten while being in the Philippines is that people always say, Michael, you're so genuine. And that to me is the best compliment, better than any other compliment I could get. And genuine goes hand in hand with Che saying to me, uh, one of the best first things she was she loves about me is because I'm a good person. So I like hearing that. And of course, she said guapo and all that other stuff. But there's a lot of beautiful people in the world. But you know, being called a good person, nice person is to me the biggest compliment. So I appreciate that compliment, Liam. Means a lot. And Stairway just said, just be real at all times. That's the best you can be. And that's all I want to be. That's all I want to be. So much more I want to share with you guys other than live. And I hate to keep talking, but once Shay and I can, now that we're settled and we can do a lot of exploring in CP4 and then build on that, lead us to Bohol and other places. That's what I want to start making more videos, not so much live streams. I will do lives, but I want to do videos because that's really, I've heard, is the driving force for being successful on YouTube. And again, I can't control where that goes anyway. That's up to God. Um, I'll do my part, and God willing, we'll see where it goes. But either way, I've known I've made the best friends and continue to make the best friends through YouTube, through my life and journey here in the Philippines. And with that being said, thank you guys always. Have a good day or night. Thank you for sacrificing the time. Uh, God bless you guys. I love you guys all. And just be safe. And I look forward to seeing you guys all the next time, whether it's just me or me with Jay. But let me see. Liam says, love your work, big fella. I try my best. I try my best. Love all you guys too. Have a good rest of your day. All right. Take care. Peace to everyone. Talk to you later.